talked about fuel pump itself, and I talked about the spinner. There's something I mentioned last, which is fuel pressure regulator. That fuel pressure regulator is serves as a retained fuel, a fuel that enters the engine. Once you off your ignition, instead of the fuel to come back inside the tank through the supply hose, it will not come back. That pressure regulator will hold it with full force.
Pressure regulator?
Yes, it will hold it. So once you off the engine, the fuel will still remain there. It's not going. It's going nowhere. So once you get to your car and start the vehicle starts immediately. It's the work of fuel pressure regulator.
Okay.
So once the fuel pressure regulator is faulty,
yes,
the fuel that's supposed to remain inside the rail for nozzle rail passes through passes through the fuel hose, the supply hose. It will be going back little inside the tank because you have weak pressure regulator. So once let me just say the advantages of the fuel pressure regulator is that if the fuel pressure regulator is working well, the fuel will retain.
Wow.
So once the fuel regulator is not working well, it will just be coming down. Still so low, to be low. So let me just tell you the work of that pressure regulator now. Assuming now you are driving your vehicle on the road, and you just drove down and you just felt like to buy something, or maybe you want to pick something, or maybe you want to eat yourself. So once you off the engine, the fuel regulator holds the fuel. Because fuel pump and the fuel regulator, they are working together. The work of the fuel pump is to supply fuel, but fuel regulator is to hold the fuel in stand. So once you enter your vehicle back and start the vehicle, once the vehicle when you start the vehicle and once the vehicle starts, that means your fuel pressure regulator is working well. Because once you place the key and you start it and give you response, once it gives you response, that means your pressure regulator is okay. But let me just say the advantage. So the advantage of that fuel pressure regulator is that if you start the vehicle when you pass, same thing as the one I said earlier, same thing. But their menus is just like little. So once the pressure regulator is at 40, if you start your vehicle, it will not start at a time. No. It will be rolling. So by the time it is rolling, it will be becoming small. And when it reaches the maximum stage, the vehicle will start.
Okay, that's not making the vehicle take time before it starts. So it's the fault of the pressure regulator. So if it's faulty, the vehicle takes time to start.
Before it starts.
Okay.
So once your pressure regulator is stable and it's working well, once you place the key, once it starts.
Okay.
Because the retaining fuel will be there and the fuel pump will join the remaining. So that's it about the three elements.
Okay, so can you please give me a little explanation or little briefing of that ECU and all those electric controlling that you bring out of each vehicle from each region?
Okay, for me to break down the ECU and ECM, they are the same thing.
Okay.
So definition for this is the same thing as the same because they are the same thing, but the name is just different. But they are doing the same work.
Okay. So what does the ECU do? What does it do?
The ECU works with the engine, all these things. Because nowadays they have split the ECU now. We have ABS ECU. ECU.
So what is the common of ABS?
ABS, anti-lock brake system. Anti-lock brake system. ABS, anti-lock brake system.
Okay, anti-lock brake
system. It prevents vehicle from slipping. It prevents vehicle from slide. Not brake or sudden brake.
So sudden machine of brake.
Not just
the vehicle to turn over or
turn over all the same.
Or to be going left and just start.
That's it about it. ECU I'm talking about, we have engine ECU.
ECU. So what does that one do?
Engine ECU, it works for the electric, anything pertaining electric inside the engine.
Electrical
component. It works for the electrical. So to give let me just say, it will just give out response. Okay, once you place your key, you want to start, it will give response to all the components.
Okay, when
you fuse everything, it will give them the chance to work. So it will give everybody direction of his work. That nozzle, alternator, anything that pertaining wire inside the engine, we give every one of them their work.
Wow.
Give them their work so that everybody will know. Like maybe as we did church, we have many departments. We have quality staff, usher,
Yeah,
that's it. So everybody know their work.
So you
that's
on
it.
the engine, the issue, distribute
Yes,
energy
distribute
to
energy
each of
to
them.
each of the
So
components.
they start working perfectly.
Start working perfectly. So that's what
So this is bad. What causes this?
if the issue is bad, what will cause the issue is that if there is a wire meshes together,
Okay.
it will retaliate.
Okay, so the energy will go back.
It will go back to send the feedback to the
And
issue
can
and to
usually
the low.
to below. Wow.
So once wire meshes together, or maybe there's an error of mixing wire, it can bounce back on issue. It can cause damage. And issue you need to avoid. You have to avoid water. Water, it's not good that water should be splashing to this issue, because water can enter anytime. Because it's a thing that, let me just say, just a flexible panel. A flexible panel.
Wow.
That's it about
Okay,
it.
so when it comes to maintaining a vehicle can be, I mean, as in that someone bought a brand new vehicle, and that vehicle has been used for over 2 months and it's to maintain the vehicle. So what are the things that the technician does to the vehicle that usually after you have done those, after you have carried those stores, then you say that you have maintained the vehicle and you have done maintenance on those vehicles. So what are the things you carry out when you're maintaining the vehicle?
Okay, during the maintenance of the vehicle, there's something we call safety inspection.
Safety inspection.
SI. It's called the safety inspection. It is good to be safety because
It's good to be safe.
safety.
It's good to have safety.
You have safety. You need to be safe because even apart from vehicle, we need to give ourselves safety because
You need to be safe.
yes, we need to be safe from anything like iron or sliding or maybe other things. You have to be very, very careful. Very in anything we are doing. Because as we human beings, we are taking good care of ourselves. Same thing as vehicle that we are driving. Because if you are not taking good inspection on your vehicle, it can damage anyway.
It can cause a lot of
cause a lot of problems for you yourself, and can cause many problems for the vehicle. Let me take for example. You are driving your vehicle on the road, and you are hearing a noise coming out from the engine or anything, or maybe from your wheel, or maybe inside your car you are hearing some strange noise. And what you need to do that time is you have to park at a safer side and check where the noise is coming out from before it will damage another thing. That's what we call safety inspection. So once you do that, you won't get any problem with your vehicle. But once you hear where the voice is coming from, you go straight to the technician and explain how the vehicle is going, and they will do it for you and you. So, but if you insist to be managed the vehicle, the more you manage it, the more you are destroying the vehicle.
So you are giving the lifespan of the vehicle.
But if the vehicle wants to spend 2 years, not spend more than 6 months. Because once the vehicle is damaged, you won't get capacity to manage the vehicle because of the to get the part. So once you hear everything before you can get it, try and put that in the technician. The worst case technician, not ordinary work technician. The worst case technician check your vehicle for you to get the part. Because the new generation of air we have, nobody is trying to, or nobody is just complete itself just to end. Somebody can just bring that. So a vehicle breakdown on the road, you just stand still. Nobody will render it for you. But the better way is the better way. The better way is that if you hear any sound or any voice from the road, or if you hear anything that you feel that this vehicle is not doing this thing before, go to your well-trained technician and check it for you and do the need.
So what are the procedures to kind of maintain the vehicle? Do you change the oil, all those stuff? What are those things?
It depends on the problem the vehicle has.
Okay. Assume that the vehicle now is in good condition, but has been used for 3 months, and the person said maybe the vehicle shows maintenance required on the dashboard. So what do you carry out on that vehicle?
Okay, if I can help you right, you said the vehicle customer bring the vehicle to you.
Yes.
By showing maintenance requirement.
Yes,
the maintenance require means your vehicle is good for service.
Okay, so you want to service the vehicle, what do
You need to carry out the service.
Okay.
Because there's something we have in engine oil. That's something we call viscosity.
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 What does viscosity mean?
The viscosity means the adhesive of the oil, the work of the oil,
Okay.
how it works inside the engine, how
Okay.
slippery it is.
Okay.
Because let me just take
So
something
this
like
friction.
let me just take something as an example. Chewing gum.
Yes.
If you take chewing gum, if you train chewing gum, if you train it, it will reach some extent that it will not slippery again. It will just be adhesive, constant. So that's how insurance works.
Okay.
So once you do your service at the right time, your vehicle engine will be in good condition.
So what are the service procedures the cars and the vehicle that you guys maintenance?
Okay, once your vehicle shows maintenance required,
okay,
what next step for you to put comes to your technician.
Okay, what is the technician carry on the vehicle?
The technician will place the vehicle where at a good place.
Okay.
Or at the workshop anywhere.
Okay.
That's what the place vessel.
Okay.
First and foremost, you will drain the old oil.
Okay, the old oil.
You will drain it.
Okay, drain the old oil.
Okay. Either drain rubber or drain tank. Everybody has his own category things.
Okay. You have a drain tank. You have a drain tank.
Different things.
Okay.
So you will drain the oil. After draining the old oil, you remove the oil filter. The oil filter, you remove the oil filter. There's something we call O-ring. O-ring. That is the retainer on top of the rubber. There is something like this. Can you help me with this? Okay, let me just use it as an example. This is what we call oil cup assembly. Oil cup assembly. Oil cup assembly. We call it oil cup assembly. Why do you call it oil cup? Is that it looks like a cup that you use to drink water in your house. But there's an element that will be inside, which is the oil filter.
Okay.
Element oil filter.
Okay. So something like this.
Something like that.
Okay. So this is the oil filter.
This is the oil filter. This is element oil filter. So and this is the cup, the oil filter cup. So once you place it inside, as you see, this is how the filter. This is how the filter will be. This is how the filter will be inside the cup, and there is a something we call housing. So you place it, and this is the thread. This is the thread, and you continue to be rolling it till you reach the end. So what I'm saying is that there's something I call O-ring. This is the O-ring. You can see as well. This is the O-ring, the rubber. Can you see?
Yes.
This is the rubber. So this rubber prevents oil leakage.
Okay.
The vehicle. Prevent oil leakage from the vehicle so that the vehicle will not be leaking oil. So after removing the oil filter, you will replace with new one.
Okay.
And make sure you tight your oil plug, oil drain plug.
Oil drain plug. Do you have it?
Oil tap. I don't think I have it, but let me just take this book as an example.
Okay.
The oil sumper tap be like this, but it's huge past this one.
Okay.
I just make this one as a sample. So it has thread. Okay. The oil pan have thread. Also thread. So that's where you will drain your oil. So after draining finish, make sure you tight it fairly so that you avoid not to get problem or damage in your engine. Okay. So that the oil will not be leaking out.
Okay.
So after that, after fixing the oil filter, you replace with new one and replace the oil with new oil.
Okay.
So you use new oil for your vehicle. After doing that, you dust your AC filter and air filter.
Okay.
You dust them. So once you do with that, you start the engine. After start the engine, gauge the oil, check the dipstick, and check the oil, maybe the oil that reached the level.
Okay.
So after checking the oil level and everything is gauged, you are done. And carry your vehicle to car wash everything.
So
you are done. Secondly,
what of the brakes?
Secondly, during the time of service, after done with this engine servicing, do walk around check by checking the rear front brake pad and the rear brake pads.
Okay.
Maybe it is worn out. Okay. So if it's good,
do you have any example of a brake pad? So do you have
I have example of brake pads here. This is what we call brake pads. This is the front and this is the back.
Wow.
So there's something we call brake pad alarm. it will give signal to the driver.
Okay.
Because anybody that drives vehicle is driver.
Yes.
So it's not all about you are running driver. Once you hand the steering,
you are the driver.
Yeah, the driver. So it will give alarm. This alarm.
Okay, that's the alarm.
This is the alarm.
Okay.
So once this brake pad is low to the extent that we need to change that this alarm will be grinding the brake disc by sand.
Okay, so like this now the brake pad now is a little bit good. It's manageable.
Yes, you'll be hearing. The more the vehicle is moving, the more the sound will be coming up.
Okay.
So this will give you alarm that my brake pad is low.
That's finished.
So you go to technician.
So what does this brake pad consist of? Is it metal or rubber?
Yeah, there's metal at the back because there's something we call caliper. There's a piston inside.
Do you have any caliper here?
There's no caliper here, but the caliper it has something we call piston. So the piston pushes the brake pad to push the brake pad. So for the vehicle to stop, maybe the brake pad just work with friction and force. That's what we call force and friction. So what I'm saying is that the brake piston we press this brake pad, so for the vehicle to stop. So this is what we call leather.
Okay, leather.
Leather. Fiber. We call it fiber. We call it leather.
Is it casting or?
It's not cast. Just leather.
It's leather.
But it consists of some materials. There's some materials inside.
Okay, that's like
fiber.
A little bit
Call it fiber.
Okay, fiber. Wow.
So you can't expect the brake disc should be higher and this brake pad should be higher because there will be friction. There will be fire. Fire will occur. So that's it about the brake pad.
Okay.
Brake pad serve as to stop the vehicle on driving.
So that's the brake pad.
That's brake pad. So once you check the brake pad and the brake pad is okay, or if the brake pad is not in good condition, you can advise the customer that in next service you change, or maybe it needs urgent replacement. So you call the attention of the customer to it. So it's the customer that we now say the last thing that is servicing. Okay. So that's it about the servicing.
That's about the servicing of the vehicle. Wow.
So,
okay. So we have come to the end of this video. So hope you understood how a vehicle works and how to maintain your vehicle. So Mr. Banjo, you are really appreciated and we really thank you for giving us this your time.
You're welcome.
So we really appreciate your time you give to us. So our next video will be dropping out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.